Is it a mentality? There is a difference of opinion of the scholars on the description of Dajjal. That is a term that has been used. You will come across in many of the Islamic terms, in the traditions of the Holy Prophet, in the books of theology, and many of the historical events. You will come across this term even on internet. If you probably type it up, you will probably find it. Dajjal, D-A-J-J-A-L, Dajjal. Many people believe that he is a person, and when Imam Ali described him from the Holy Prophet, he said that he will have one eye and he will travel from the east to the west so fast so that within moments he will be from east and he will be traveling within moments to the west. Now, if you look at the description given by the Prophet, it does not fit a human being. So many people think that he will be some sort of a genie or something like that will be traveling from the east to west. So that's one thing that many people believe who believe that he is a physical entity or he exists outside. So they believe that he is some extraordinary being, creature. Now there are others who believe that he is not a human being. He is not an existence outside. In fact, he is a mentality that will be only one-sided. He will not see the two sides of a coin. For example, he will be only materialistic thought that will be transferring from the east to the west so fast that people will not be realizing how fast it travels. Now, some of the other accounts by our Sunni brothers who have actually given more details to it, that one eye can actually fit onto even money or even the dollar itself that has an eye on it. I wouldn't like to be too descriptive of the things that the Shias and the Sunnis have written on describing that Dajjal itself. Anyhow, whatever it is a mentality that will be materialistic. That is what is unanimously agreed upon. He will not have the vision for God. He will not think of Allah. He will only think of the dunya, about this world, nothing else. He will only have one eye to look at everything, and that is material. And not the God-fearing. He will transfer, or it will transfer, the Dajjalism and its followers will transfer from the east to the west so quickly that people will be converting to him and to his path very quickly. So that is obviously becoming materialistic. Some also have argued that it may be some other ethical illnesses that it may be containing, that it also will be taking with it. The other signs that are given, the evil will not be regarded as evil in the last of the times. The last of the times, yati al-nas zamanun, a zaman or a time span will come, that will be the last of the times. There are many traditions in the traditional books in both Shia and Sunni world, tens, probably hundreds of traditions that talk about, not probably but surely, hundreds of traditions that talk about the last of the times, the times before Qiyamah. There is one hadith of the Holy Prophet unanimously agreed upon that before the Day of Judgment, if there is only even one day remaining, even if one day is remaining, Allah will increase that day to be so long until a man from our progeny comes and will establish peace and justice on earth, like it will be filled with injustice and oppression. So one of the other major signs is that a person from the progeny of the Holy Prophet will come. That is unanimously agreed upon by both the Shia and the Sunni sects. And secondly, the earth before he comes will be filled with injustice and oppression. There will be a lot of injustice on earth. Now there are two ideas that people have here. Some people think that we should try and increase the injustice so that man can quickly come. And the others say we don't need to do it, we try and save ourselves because this will spread anyway. Like it's happening, no matter how much you try and control it, you save yourself and not even think about not that you don't think about others. You try and bring others, but when you cannot bring others to the right path, you ignore that fact and you continue to practice yourself. Try to be just in your own personality, establish peace in yourself before you try and establish it in the society. there will be one less criminal to think about when I have corrected myself. We are criminals if we are not practicing the justice. You're either just or you're unjust, and injustice is being like a criminal in the society. So when you are disobedient to the Almighty, then you're criminal in your own eyes before the sight of the Almighty. Try and be obedient and not disobedient. Now obedience has different forms and explanations that I cannot go into now at the moment. But just touching on one thing, injustice and oppression will be spreading on earth. The biggest enjoyment of any gathering will be gossip, and mercy from the hearts of people will disappear. These are some of the other signs that are mentioned by the Holy Prophet in the books that are unanimously accepted. Even when people see that there is some wrong going on in front of their eyes, they will say, others are not stopping, why should I? So this will commonly happen, that people will not have mercy. When this time comes, one should try and preserve his own iman, at least if he cannot spread the iman or the faith to others, at least hold on to his own. Saving your faith will be like holding a burning coal in your hand. That's how difficult it will become in the last of the times. There will be one of the other signs that the Shia and Sunni traditions have talked about is the rising of the sun from the west. Now there are many people who take it physically and believe that the sun will rise from the west. And there are many philosophers who think that no, the sun of Islam will rise from the west. Westerners will understand Islam better than the people in the east, and this will spread. So Islam will spread probably in Europe and in North America. This person who will come from the progeny of the Holy Prophet is named Mahdi. Is that his name, or is that a title given to him by the Prophet? Most of the people believe that it is a title within the Shia and Sunni sects. Say Bukhari mentions him, say Muslim and Kafi, and all the Shia Sunni books mention him. Then Imam Mahdi will come. He will be the last successor of the Holy Prophet. He will be the last Imam, or the person who will come. In Sahih Bukhari it says that Jesus will also come back, but that is before the Day of Judgment. وَإِمَامُكُمْ مِنْكُمْ, and your Imam, or the person who leads the prayers, will be a Muslim. So Jesus will come back. The coming back of the Jesus will be from Palestine, and the coming of Imam Mahdi will be from Mecca. Now before these two people appear, there are other minor and major signs. The minor signs are mentioned as the change in weather and atmosphere internationally. Now, because global warming was not a term used in that time, so I'm not sure if that was the term that they implied, but that will be one of the things that will happen. Secondly, there will be other signs like diseases spreading on earth. So I'm not sure if it is bird flu or things like that, but there will be illnesses that will spread, especially in the eastern part of the world, and in the western part there will be a major war. Now many people believe that war is probably the world war that has already happened, but there will be a bigger war than that, and some traditions also mention a third of the world's population will vanish after that war. So that will be a major, if there are 6 billion people today, you can imagine some 2 billion people will die in it. So that must be a nuclear war that they're talking about in the traditions. But that is one of the signs that a major war in the world will happen that will destroy and kill many people. And after that war, when the war has happened, is over, the illness will spread, and that will kill another 1/3. So that you can imagine, before the Day of Judgment, if there are 6 billion people, some 4 billion people will be